You're gonna enjoy this Q&A because we're gonna get a lot of really cool stories, I'd imagine, and just someone that we didn't expect to see here, but we're so glad to see here. I was just saying back there how cool and respectful and wonderful the Texas Frightmare Weekend fans are. So, what do you say we give a big round of applause? Let's stand when the lady enters the room. Jenna Jameson, everybody. There she is. Welcome. Step in my office. You get to choose.
Hi, everybody.
All right.
What's up?
Yes. We're so excited to have you here. This is really cool. It's a fun convention, and you know, as you can see, people are dressed up. We got a Leatherface in the back, and it's going to be fun to get loved on all weekend by what appears to be scary creatures, but really lovely people, right?
Well, you know what? I'm kind of used to it. I grew up as. Listen, let's just start this off with everything I say is kind of a double entendre. Okay, so there we go. So, but I will say that from a very young age, I've been a big horror movie fan. My first book I ever read was Cujo, and I was 6. So yeah, it's in my blood. So yeah, this to me, this is the ultimate. It's the ultimate. You know, I'm used to adult stuff. I'm used to a lot of other things, and this to me is, I fit in. These are my peeps.
Yeah. But you got to do some horror too, in fact, with one of our other guests, Robert England over here.
I did. I have to say that working with Robert England was probably one of the best things I've ever done, because I grew up watching. I think we all grew up watching him. We had an idea of who he was, and then when I met him, I was shocked. He is such a consummate professional. One of the best actors I've ever met, and I've met a lot of actors. But he's really into the characters he plays, and I just felt really honored to share the screen with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I know you probably have some really cool stories from that set, and among other sets, but I want to know what your favorite horror movie memory is being in one. Was there like a cool moment where like your little kid self was like, yes?
Well, I think just learning the techniques when it came to the effects. I had no idea how they achieved them. I think one of the most popular scenes in Zombie Strippers was when I was eating entrails. And I always thought, like, oh my God, they look so real. Do they have like actual like pig guts or whatever? But no, they put this fake blood into balloons. And they were like, just like chow down. And I like always wanted to be a zombie, so I like went to town. So it was like one of the coolest things to just learn the process of how to achieve these amazing effects.
Wow, that's so cool. Well, I know, like I said, Texas Frightmare Weekend always has the best fans and the coolest questions too. So, who is the brave soul who would like to start this out?
The brave soul.
The brave soul. Who's got a good first question? There we go. Proudest moment.
My proudest moment of my career. Oh wow, I've done a lot of things that people never thought were possible for a girl that came from absolutely nothing, became a stripper, turned into a porn star. They always thought that they discount me because I'm blonde, because I'm a porn star. I think being on Oprah, having her look at me as an equal, that was insanely cool. I think winning an Oxford debate was pretty amazing. I think that surviving is my proudest thing, is that I made it through all the things that I never thought I could. You know, at 14, I was like, hopefully I get through. and then I turned it into something so fabulous and so amazing and something that my daughter can look up to. So.
Yeah. And that's so cool too, to be able, because I know when you wrote the book, it's probably not easy to write, but what people have been able to say to you, how you've been able to help them and kind of feel like they're not alone in this weird world, that's gotta be the big payoff, right?
It's a huge payoff. Listen, when I wrote my book, I didn't ever think people are gonna relate to this. I thought people are going to find me an oddity. I thought they're gonna, look at me like a circus freak. And I was totally wrong. I think that writing my book obviously was cathartic for me, but it changed things in my career. It connected me to so many women and quite a few men that actually, they related. They figured it out that like, okay, I'm a human being and, my words mean something. So yeah, my book it just kind of like stamped me into like society. And now I want to kind of announce that, oh my God, how exciting. I haven't even told anybody, but I just signed a contract to make my book into a movie.
Wow, how about that? Wow, is it probably too early to ask to think who might play you?
Well, we are in talks with Margot Robbie.
Wow.
Yeah, so let's keep our fingers crossed because
Okay.
she's fabulous.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Look at this, you guys are getting some really cool exclusive stuff here.
I swear, I have like fingers crossed.
So cool.
I never thought I was going to end up doing that because, right after my book was released, everybody came to me and they're like, let me, make this into a movie. And it just never felt right because, the directors, it just didn't feel right. It finally feels right. So, yeah, something to look forward to in the next year, so.
No kidding, that's great. Well, cool. Who's got another really good question for us? Yes, there we go. All right.
I just really admire the hell out of you for just taking your career everywhere that you wanted it to go, and because I know that there's still a lot of stumbling blocks for women who cross borders compared to straight to you now. And you've really got a great head for business, and I would just say an awesome example for your daughter.
Thank you. I think that, thank you.
She said an awesome example for your daughter.
I get a lot of comments from like trolls that are like, what are you gonna say to your daughter? Listen, I came through hell. I battled things that people would not survive, and the fact that I came out on top and I came out healthy, sober, and just feeling empowered. This is something that I want to pass on to my daughter, that you're able to just climb those mountains and, and win, essentially it's winning. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. And I saw a hand kind of going in the back. Was that a twitch? Was that a nervous twitch? No, I also want to ask about that too. So not only for your daughter, but for other girls who are, what have they said to you when they ask you kind of your advice on navigating through?
Well, I think that in today's society, it's hard for women. In the whole Me Too movement, I don't really believe in that. I believe in empowering yourself. You don't have to rely on everybody to cater to you. We are tough women and we're capable. So I just want to relay the fact that we don't need people to be easy on us. We just need people to recognize our power. That's it.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I was also curious because I'm just picturing all the people coming up to you at the table, and there's some really cool costumes, some really neat ones. Was there anything that kind of scared you a little bit? Like just, wow.
I think that The one thing that was a little bit disconcerting was so many families are dressing up their children. I'm like, holy shit, these kids are like, they're warriors, these kids. So yeah, I think that that's fun. It's kind of a family outing. I think that's great. I hope my daughter is as big of a fan as I am, but my husband, he's from Israel, so he's here and he's just like, oh, he has never seen anything like this before in his life. So yeah, to me, it's like an everyday occurrence, no worries. You know, this is so much fun. I have to say, I've done a lot of signings. I've met a lot of people, but I do have to say that people in Texas are my favorite. And I've never met anybody, any big of a group of people that are so kind.
Yeah. Hey, give yourselves a round of applause. That's nice.
I'm kind of blown away. And that means a lot. I've met a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah, some strange people, but I love the people here. Even the guy in costume is just staring me down.
Can I just talk about, like, when I booked this, I was like, please let Bruce Campbell be there. I am such an ultimate fangirl. Like, I don't care about, listen, I've met the best of the best. Madonna, whoever, whatever. Not starstruck. When I heard Bruce Campbell was going to be here, he is such a huge part of my childhood that I totally fangirl. So we were back to back on our photography sessions, and I said, please let me get in, and he took a picture with me, and I swear to God, I almost peed my pants. Evil Dead 2 is the ultimate. So Frightmare, this is my jam.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and I also wanted to know, you said your first book you read was Cujo, and you grew up watching horror movies. What would you say some of your favorites are?
Oh my God. Okay,
And
here we go.
Evil Dead. All right.
So I'm a big horror movie fan. My favorite movie of all time, and it's hard to narrow it down, but I would have to say John Carpenter's The Thing.
Oh, yes.
And yes, he's famous for Halloween, but The Thing changed my life. That is what made me a horror movie fan.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Big Trouble in Little China. Like, if you don't know about it, you need to know about it.
Whatever's on the Carpenter stack.
There, oh, look at you!
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm a huge fan of him. I wish I could have gotten in on a movie, but yeah, hopefully I have some good horror movies coming up.
Good.
I have some stuff in the pipeline.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, is there anything you can tell us that's coming up?
I can't talk about it yet, but I'm just about to sign a big contract for something. Horror movie wise. So
That's awesome.
yeah, I'm excited.
How cool is that? All right, yes, sir.
So out of all the horror movies, which one would you say, if it came back, I need to hear this?
What's the one that you would say if it all came back, you need to be in this?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, obviously I love zombie movies. Obviously I'm good at eating people. It's something that I relate to on some level. But yeah, I had a chance at Saw at one time. Didn't get the part. Maybe in the future that would be good. My thing is that I love like good scripts. I like an undercurrent of like political activism, like Zombie Strippers. I know it wasn't the best of the best movies, but there was like an undercurrent. I was quoting Nietzsche. Okay? So I like movies where I'm not going to just be the kill. I like to kind of, change things for women. I want to maybe kill a few myself. Maybe that's coming up.
I see it. All right, and in these auditions, they got to be great. Like horror auditions are fun, right? But do they want to hear the scream out of you? Like
Every horror audition I've ever done, they request a scream, and I'm a good screamer. There we go. There's that double entendre. Good screamer, but yeah, I'm good at being scared. I'm good at figuring all that out. I want to push forward on the killing. I think that women need to be more of the antagonist in movies. I think that women are murdered too often. So yeah, let's be the murderers.
yeah. Oh, we've seen
How
some.
often did you hear that out of a woman?
Yeah.
All the guys are like, I hear it every Saturday.
Oh yeah, we get threatened to be killed all the time. But it may actually happen. Yes, sir, in the back. Or Scott? Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Someone else had a question over here. I know I took your question. You have another one? Not right now. Okay, good. Well, all right. So if you were to have the ideal female killer, who would it be, or would it be something totally unique that we're just not seeing now?
Female killer. Wow, that's a good question. I would probably say that it would be fun to have Tracy Lords murder me.
Oh, she's here.
I know. Let's hope for a photo op. But
Yeah.
I mean, how much fun would that be?
That would be fun.
Murder the prodigy.
Yeah. Have you had much interaction with Tracy over the years?
I have never met her in real life. We've crossed paths, but we've never actually talked to each other. So hopefully I'm able to see her and take a picture. I'm such a fan, guys. I'm such a fan.
Well, actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, your photos at the end of the day are back to back, so it's going to happen.
Well, Bruce Campbell, Tracy Lords,
And by the way, we should say that there is a photo op at the end of the day with her. You should really do it because these things are cool. If you haven't seen them, there's a blood red background, and it's good lighting.
The pictures are so hot too. Yeah.
Yeah, they look good. Yeah, and so and also make sure you go by and check out the table. Can you tell me a little bit about what you got at the table for them?
I obviously have 8x10s, but I think really when it comes down to this whole idea of Frightmare, it's about interaction, it's about talking to each other and getting to know each other. So I make sure that I take my time to talk to everybody. So yeah, it's about money, and you can buy 8x10s, you can buy pictures with me, but I want to get to know you, so come by and say hi.
Yeah. Have you had some interesting interactions this weekend as far as questions from people or just things that maybe you didn't expect?
Well, it's not about not expecting it. I think that I expected a lot of guys because guys are big horror movie fans, but the female demographic here is mind-blowing, and the power that these girls have, and the fact that they've read my book and that they follow my Instagram, it's just really empowering, and it makes me really happy. I'm walking away from this convention so excited and happy, and I can't wait to come back next year.
Ah, see that?
Yeah.
I would love that. It's so much fun. And I know that, oh yes, you had a question? How was that? I feel like I'm seeing things. Yes, you do have a question.
So you wrote your other book a few years ago.
Yes.
So would you write another book?
We should write another book.
This is a good question. My initial book, How to Make Love Like a Porn Star, took me 4 years. It took me 4 years to compile everything, to put everything into it. It was life-changing for me. It really wasn't about just money and writing a book. It was about kind of purging myself of all this garbage that I went through. So since my book ended, I do have to say that I went through almost about as much as I did in my first book. So I think my second book would just be perfect to follow it up. I hope to do it. I know that it's going to be a major step for me. I hope that I can do it. So probably after the production of the movie on my first book, I want to begin that. I think that sobriety has led me to a lot of clarity. I've been nearly sober 4 years now, and that's why I showed up. So it's. I think that being able to tell the story from a very clear mind would be a beautiful thing. So I hope so. So, put prayers up that I can be strong enough to do it.
Yeah. Well, also, on that note, I know that sobriety is a tough thing, and anyone in here could be struggling with that. And obviously, you've shown us how you can do it and do it well. And so, do you have any words for someone that may just not want to ask about that?
Sobriety is something that's a super personal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think coming from a really terrible background, we kind of fall back on, drugs, alcohol, whatever can make you feel better. And, especially being in the public eye, it makes it super difficult to get sober because there's so much judgment. So the fact that I was capable of doing that and just being honest, and I trust in fact, I've only been able to be honest about this the past 2 years. To be able to come out and say, listen, I was a hot mess. I messed up. I made mistakes. I didn't show up. I didn't show up for people in my life. It's super nice for me now to be able to be present. And I think that anybody who's struggling with that, I hope that they're able to talk to somebody in their life and just be honest. Because the minute you're able to say, I'm a hot mess, I need help, that's when the wheels start turning and things get better. So, oh my God, I just got the chills. I'm just so happy I'm able to say to you guys that, hey, I'm Jenna Jameson and I'm sober. I'm sober.
Yeah. Okay, so over here, sir.
So congratulations on you. So
Thank you.
You mentioned Tracy. Tracy put more cold turkey on this.
Yeah.
You went straight into sci-fi before. Do you have a game plan of what you want to do?
That is a fabulous question. I think Tracy is ultimately smart. She's a very smart woman, and it's a natural progression to go from adult into sci-fi horror movies because there's an amount of acceptance in this industry. But I definitely have an idea of what I'm gonna do. Since sobriety, I've had my daughter, and my little baby girl Battelle. She is my lifeline. I love her so much, and I think that being the best for her has led me to a healthy lifestyle, and I've been promoting that whole healthy lifestyle because I'm keto. I lost 100 pounds, girl. 100 pounds. So I think that I really, my trajectory is towards health and fitness. So also obviously horror is going to be in my future, but also, it's about health and fitness, and also I'm a conservative, love you Texas. If you don't follow my Twitter, you need to follow my Twitter because I crush liberals. Hi.
And hey, congrats. Yeah, hey. And congrats on the keto, by the way, because I lost 15 pounds, but I found it again. Oh, it found me.
I think I found 10 pounds this weekend.
Yeah. Oh gosh, Texas food?
Oh my God, the cupcakes are are not normal cupcakes.
Oh.
They're like this big.
Texas
What
size.
happened? It's not cool. It's not cool, guys.
Everything's bigger in Texas. All right, go ahead.
Okay, weight loss. Well, obviously, I live in a world that's surrounded by our aesthetic, which is sad, especially living in Hollywood. But it really came down to the fact that I barely left my house. I didn't want to leave my house because I felt like there was an expectation. I felt like people were like, that's not Jenna. You know what I mean? So then one day, I swear to God, I can like narrow it down to a second that I was carrying my daughter up the stairs and I had to pause. I had to like stop and catch my breath. My ankles hurt and I was like, what's gonna happen when she's 4 and she's like running around? How am I gonna do this? So I knew a lot about nutrition from my ex, Tito Ortiz. He taught me everything about nutrition. He's, you know, an MMA fighter. So I just implemented that. And slowly but surely, it came off. And really my daughter was my inspiration when it came to that.
Do you have one good tip? Because I know some of us are struggling with not eating those
It's
Texas
so hard,
cupcakes.
but I will say that cook your own meals. Cook your own meals. Like, I think we rely on everything fast. You know, it's like we're busy, we have kids, we have a lifestyle, we have a job. Let's run through, you know, Burger King or McDonald's. But yeah, I cook my own meals. I do not go out to eat. So I know exactly what's going into my body. I don't buy anything processed, nothing packaged. I get, you know, grass-fed meat, vegetables, and I researched keto. Just there are certain things you cannot eat. And my body, I'm one of those girls, I will gain weight like that. I'm Italian, Jenna Mazzoli. I'm not Jenna Jameson, I'm Jenna Mazzoli. So yes, my butt gets big and my hips get big. So it's like I gotta be very careful about what I eat when it comes to your food, no rice, no bread, and no pasta.
No fun. But come on.
Yes!
Yeah, but it's okay.
Listen, a big juicy steak,
No. Yes.
you know.
I think you're in the right state for that. Okay, right over here.
You have beautiful hair. I'm wondering if there's any products that you really stand by.
Hair
Okay,
products.
I will tell you this. Keto. The minute you start eating right, your hair gets better. I have never in my life not had to like do something, add something. I think a healthy lifestyle has really added to it. Maybe sobriety. I think alcohol and drugs really will fuck everything up. You know what I mean? The minute I got sober, I got fat, but then my hair started looking good, and I was like, girl, I will accept the weight if my hair looks good and my skin looks good. So there you go, sobriety.
Nice.
A lot less alcohol.
Yes. Now, I know we have about time. I saw a couple hands. We have time. Let's do 2 more questions before we wrap it up, and let's go right over here. Yes.
Are you able to give us your best horror scream?
Oh, the best horror
Oh my
scream.
gosh, I don't want to like hurt anybody.
It's all right. They're here to be. Well, I don't know if they're here to be hurt, but.
I haven't screamed in a while.
Oh.
Shout out to my husband.
Oh, you guys got your Snapchats ready? Instagram stories.
We just went this morning.
There it is. That was a very successful audition. Talking about chills, I got chills just now. All right, I don't know how we're going to follow that up, but give us one good final question to bring us out.
I hope this didn't top that off. So for people that want to start making horror movies, What advice can you offer?
Oh, wow.
Start making more movies.
You know what, that's a good question. I made a lot of money in production, making adult movies. I think that passion. I think that it really is about not following the social norm when it comes to these kind of movies. I think that a lot of people in this industry kind of follow patterns. You know, what's selling, what's making money. Try to bust out. I mean, like with Blair Witch, that changed shit. It changed shit. Just same with Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
It's a different genre. So if you can like come up with something that's different, that's fresh, push forward. I love the raw, yummy stuff like that. You know, like I know a lot of people, it's kind of controversial, this whole Blair Witch thing. A lot of people are like, not so much. But you know what, it took a lot of balls to do what they did with it. So I think just follow your passion and make it happen, you know?
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
really what it is, yeah.
Now, before we let you guys go, we've got this new Frightmare tradition going on. Let's take a massive group selfie. Can we get you guys all to stand up and kind of crowd? We'll see how many people we can fit in here. You guys ready for this one?
He's gonna like stand here.
Whoever, scoot yourself in. We're gonna do it.
Yeah,
You're
get
gonna-
all close. Like,
You're gonna end up on
back in,
Jenna Jameson's phone. Come on.
We're on my Instagram, guys. Make me look good. Make me look like you love me.